Okay, while I'm driving the bike, I want to give people an exercise for activating the spirit senses on the road. And I've mentioned this exercise before, but it's a good one, so I'm going to mention it again. Now, what I want you to do is vital breathe. So those of you who've done the building the ball and ball breathing will be able to do this exercise. Once you're in tune with vital energy, just relax and stretch that vital energy with the eye consciousness. So instead of with a feeling, breathe with your eyes and project it out in front of you. Now, as you project it out, it'll work better on a mountain road or a windy road where you can't see around the corners. So let's say I was about to turn right into this corner here and go down that street. I would stretch the life force around the corner, stretch the mind around the corner before I reach the corner. So I want to go to where I can't physically see, but my spirit senses can sense. So I've got to stretch the life force to the place I'm going to go. And what you'll begin to notice is you get a flash just when a new car or an object or a person comes into view that's moving. So the person's on the side of the road, you get a little bit of a flash just before you see the person. And when you're going around a bend or around a corner, this flash will begin to become obvious that the first view of a car coming into sight or a motorbike or a person coming into sight is this flash. Now, as you extend your energy out, that flash becomes stronger because the spirit and the life force synchronize, and the life force fuels the spirit sense to receive that information. So this flash increases. So the flash is the first signal. Then the next signal is the flash contains information in it, where you're either going to see, oh, that's a person, that's a car. If you're unable to see, use life force to animate images with your imagination. So you visualize a person with life force, breathe life force into the visualization of the person. Visualize the car, breathe life force into the car. Breathe life force into objects, people, places, houses. Anything you see on your normal driving journey, you visualize and animate it with life force. And as you extend the spirit, that information, that visualization, that part of the consciousness able to do that, will see more through the life force. It'll act as a fuel. So as you're developing your intuitive driving skill, your mental space, your spirit senses extend, you stretch the life force out, and you use life force as a conductor, as a fuel for information to move through your spirit senses. As you do this, you're going to find that there's a law of rhythm in the skill development of this skill, where the flash gets stronger, the flash has information, you unpack that information, and you intuitively begin to see, feel, know what your physical eyes are unable to see and know. It's easiest within 1, 2, 3 seconds, up to 5 or 6 seconds. The closer it is to the present moment, the more intense the information is. So if you're about to see something in 1 second from now, and you get that flash, and then you get the flash in your mind, and then you physically see it, the closer it is to the present moment, the better this intuitive method works. You can do it on a car, you can do it on a motorbike. I like to use it on a motorbike as a training practice, because it's not only increasing my safety, but developing my spirit senses and training at the same time. So this is a very high value thing to do. You'll find that as you develop your spirit senses, this skill bridges into a type of intuitive sense how to develop other forms of clairvoyance, how to develop other forms of insight. how to stretch life force into a Dharma and translate and understand the Dharma and see it for what it is. So you'll get a lot of cross-pollination between this skill and the insight mind unpacking, getting to utilize a whole range of other skills. So you'll find that if you are good at something, really stretch that out, develop that thing you're good at, it'll cross-pollinate a whole range of other skills that you become good at. And this cross-pollination is one of the secrets to using your natural talents and gifts to amplify and develop skills that you're not natural or talented at. And that's why the initiation process should not be done systematically in a linear fashion. It should be done according to latent skills, your genetics, your past life skill, your environment that you're in, the training that's easily available to you. Whatever spirit sense and spiritual skill you wish to develop, the easier it is access to move into that development, the more it's going to cross-pollinate in other areas. Avoid any form of linear stagnation in how you address the initiation process. Always approach it from a sense of, this is fun, this is easy, I like doing it and I want to do more of it, and then you get good at it quickly. Okay, I hope that helps with your practice, and see you on the next video.